Welcome to the Whiskey Chasers, where we talk about our passion for whiskey and its history, either amongst ourselves or while interviewing distilleries, all while enjoying a glass. I'm Steve.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Chris.
Please enjoy responsibly while enjoying this week's episode of the Whiskey Chasers.
So yeah, I figured we'd go with this one.
Yeah.
Cornell and Diehl.
What's it called?
Blockade Runner.
Blockade Runner by Cornell and Diehl. Okay.
Because we did that one time before, but then the episode got eaten.
Got
by
lost. Yep.
Nick's computer or whatever. So it's a Navy Cavendish crumble cake, which, wow, that sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome.
And then hand stove red Virginia, golden Virginia. But here's the big thing. They soak it in a premium rum, which I'm not sure what that is.
Premium rum.
It's a premium rum for 7 days. And Cornell and Diehl loves to soak stuff in rum for like 7 days. Because I think even the Beast that just came out, that was 7 days. But this one was from 2017. Yeah, 2017. So it had some age on it. So I figured we'd dip back into this.
Yeah.
And I think it'll go good with the Island whiskey.
Yeah. So for this bottle, we're doing Daufuskie bourbon, which is a lowland bourbon. Lowland, I think is what they call themselves.
Like a low country boil.
Yeah.
Lowland.
A low country bourbon.
Low country.
So it's from South Carolina, off of Daufuskie Island.
And we looked it up. If you're wondering, it's Daufuskie.
It is Daufuskie.
With an emphasis on the second.
Yeah, Daufuskie.
Daufuskie.
Yeah.
We
had to look it up because it is spelled pretty weird. Now, this bottle I have not had.
Yes, that is correct.
Nick and Chris have both had it.
Although I remember nothing about it.
You really liked it.
Did I? Oh,
So everyone has told me that this is a very good bottle. Yeah. I'm coming into this with a very big bias, saying that this is going to be a shit bottle.
Why do you think it's going to be a shit bottle?
So I'm excited to be proven wrong because this is a rum distillery.
Wait, this is working perfectly with the tobacco.
It is. It's working out perfect.
How about that?
So all these guys do is rum. Like that is their primary thing. Is
rum.
Makes
sense for like the ocean,
absolutely, for
island, beach.
When did they get started?
Really well. 2013.
When did their bourbon start?
Bourbon didn't start until, well, sometime after 2016. I don't know exactly when.
Some point between 2016 and 2025.
This makes more sense. So
between the two of those.
When Mary and I went in 2016, 2017, we went to Hilton Head. Couldn't find a single distillery there. No. We then went.
I don't think they didn't have it. We
went back
so then we went. Did we go with Bob and Rosemary's One Big Family at one time?
This tobacco's aromatic.
Or maybe it was just Mary. There was a time where Mary went and tried.
There was a time where you guys did you guys ever go by yourselves?
Yeah, we went in 2017, maybe by ourselves, but we never went together. I think everyone but me went one other time.
Yeah,
and I tried looking for distilleries in Hilton Head or around South Carolina that did whiskey. Couldn't find a single thing.
Now I think Charleston even has distilleries now. I think.
No one did. It was rum and vodka. No one did any kind of whiskey.
Me and you were there one time,
and we tried looking for stuff.
There was only rum. Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Couldn't find a single thing.
So that must have been pre-2016.
Oh, I'm sorry. It came out in 2019. That's when this bottle came out. That's when the bourbon started. 2019.
That makes sense.
So when I was doing research for this, trying to find out anything about the owner of this place, and the owner's name is Tony Chase.
Tony Danza.
Tony Chase.
Tony Chase sounds like a fake name.
It does sound like a fake name. When he started it, which he started it like he lives on the island.
On Hilton Head? Or on this?
On Daufuskie.
On Daufuskie.
So he's got two neighbors.
No, Steve, it's Daufuskie.
Daufuskie.
We always want to say Daufuskie, but it's Daufuskie.
Daufuskie. Yeah, he lives on the island full time. And there's not very many people that live on the island full time.
Well,
because the island's like 2.5 miles wide.
It's incredibly small. It's a very small island. He's a retired pharmacist. And so he was a pharmacist for a long time, retired, moved to the island.
He got into like another version
distilling.
Another version of pharmacy.
Just another version of pharmacy.
Another version of pharmacy.
And got real into the rums because, of course you would. You're on an island. That makes perfect sense. In 2016,
I would kind of be disappointed if you didn't do that.
Exactly. Yeah. In 2016, I found an article, and at that time, he was just starting on a vodka, and he there was no interest in doing a whiskey. It was actually like pretty anti-whiskey in the article I was reading about.
They were like, "Are you going to do whiskey?" And he was like, "Daufuskie, you said."
Yeah, Daufuskie, we ain't doing that.
Daufuskie, you said.
But he did meet up with another guy that is taking over the place. So
taking over or like taking over?
A guy named Jeremy Quinn. Jeremy Quinn.
What is it with these names?
I know, right? These are pretty island.
When Jeremy Quinn, the Eskimo, gets you. Remember that song? Yes, yeah. Everybody's gonna.
He was hired in 2021 and became the master distiller, and he is the successor of the business. So he will be taking over the business. And Tony is gonna be backing off a little bit. But all they do really is rum, and then did a little bit of vodka, and now they have a bourbon. And so in my head, this is going to be an afterthought bottle, and it's the only one, and it's going to be a whatever bottle. But I haven't tried it yet.
Is rum that much?
So now we got to see if it's any good.
Make?
Yeah, because just sugar, right? It's just sugar.
Just sugar cane.
But they age the crap out of rum, right?
No, they don't.
They can, but I don't think they normally do.
I've had some rum that was aged to like.
But white rum is
like 20-year-old rum for like $40. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. You know,
white rum is unaged. That's pretty common. Then you start getting into like slightly aged.
When you get white rum, you're getting flavored stuff like Bacardi Green Apple.
Okay, did you know that tequila is all aged?
What?
It pretty
Even
much
the white stuff.
It kisses the barrel.
Well, you got okay, aged for what, 2 hours?
So with that in mind, that could be the same for rum.
But rum is dark as crud.
There's dark rum and there's white rum.
Well, yeah, the white. I'm talking about the dark rum.
That's more molasses.
Well, it's got age on it, you know.
Some do.
You got to put that stuff back. So I'm
Not
guessing it's
all
easier to
do.
make, but then you just got to be patient with it. Maybe people drink rum like it's going out of style. Like some people do.
Rum's really popular. For me, I haven't messed around with too many spirits. Like I am pretty much whiskey only. Vodka is a nothing to me. Vodka is just
Gin is the old world.
Gin I like. I have gin's the other one that I've gotten into.
You got to appreciate gin like a fine painting.
Right. But
some history behind that.
Tequila,
spirit.
Rum, those kind of things.
Tequila is so good. If
I know
you get
very
good
little
tequila,
about it. And I want to know more about it, but I just haven't spent the time to get to know tequila. And rum.
Me and Nick started appreciating rum when we got our hands on some specialized rum. Some of it was Scotch forward, Diplomatico, but we also got our hands on some you remember when we were doing the, not to plug them or anything, but I guess I will. I don't know the name.
Flavier,
Flavar, or whatever the hell it was.
Or whatever,
we were doing that for a minute, and we did some rum. You remember this? And they'd send you things that like there's not a lot of, and like different things to try and whatnot. And we did some rum, and we did get some Scotch-esque rum and some different rums. And there's some dark rum. I mean, when you think dark cigars, right? Like a super Maduro, Steve. You know what I'm talking about? Like a super dark cigar.
Right, yeah.
That flavors like almost too much to take. Mm-hmm. They have rums like that.
Okay.
Which, I mean, sign me up, right? You know what I mean? So
there's a company called Foursquare, Rolling Fork, and there's another one.
When I hear Foursquare, I always think of
the game.
No, I think of because I've seen that a bunch, but I think of Four Gate, and there's a Foursquare pipe tobacco.
So Foursquare is all rum, but it's all aged like extra, like 16, 18-year-old stuff. Okay. It tastes like bourbon. It's fantastic. Rolling Fork, they do a lot of older blends of different rums. So Barbados. So within rums, you've got like Jamaican, Barbados, and a few other tropical islands that do different styles of rum. And then even within that, American companies will bring that rum over and then finish it in like Ambrana wood, or they'll age it or finish it in X rye or X bourbon barrels.
Well, and rum is very similar to brandy.
In the sense of
like, well, they have like extra aged and extra old, and you know, the at least the way that they put the age kind of thing on there because you have brandy it's like XO and I can't remember. It's like it's old pale or something like that, and extra old or I can't remember off the top of my head. But I've seen that on rum, thinking like, is this like? And they do some rum with like cognac and whatnot or brandy, but I've seen that just on rum.
Rum can get up there. Rum can get super fancy, but you got to be like a rum drinker to really go after those or find them.
But I feel like even they're like super high end rums, they've always been pretty affordable.
Foursquare gets up there like $100 and some odd bucks.
Yeah, but if you were to take any other spirit and say it's got 28 years of age, and you're like for $100, $200, like what? No, like you know what I mean. But rum, you get that.
Yeah,
you get. I mean, hell, even brandy, you get something with 29 years of age or so. It's gonna be behind the counter, and it's like a lot of money, like $800 a bottle or something. Yeah, it can get crazy expensive. But rum, I feel like is always like for what you're getting, based on like the stats, cheap. So I'm like, it's got to be damn easy to make. You know what I mean, or whatever. And they make it out of different things too, right?
Usually it's sugar of some sort. So either molasses, sugar cane. You can have, I think these guys do a lot with Demerara sugar. And so, yeah, it's usually, it's a sugar base of some sort, but it's variations on what that sugar can be.
Did you get a pour, Chris?
No.
Oh, well, here.
No, Steve's hoarding it again.
Well, I just got up to get it. I thought you guys already got yours.
No. I'm over here trying to get my lighter to work.
We've been chit-chatting.
Chitty bang bang.
Great movie.
Dick Van Dyke.
Only
man in the history of the world that will ever be able to name like both like two of like kind of the no words. Yeah. And it's the dude's name. Like, wow. It's kind of cool, right?
Chitty Bang Bang, I think might be better than Mary Poppins to me. I really like Chitty Bang Bang.
I will be honest, I don't know that I've ever seen either.
What?
Yeah, either one, Mary Poppins or Chitty Bang Bang?
Get out of the room.
Wow, all right. Well, uncultured, I think.
Wow. I'm not going to judge, but like.
Right. A little rough, really.
I will say though, Chitty Bang Bang, just to get on a complete
underrated
tangent here, like it is underrated. But if you watch it as an adult,
yeah, I have, and it's a little rough.
It's a little, there's some weird things going on.
The child catcher or whatever is freaking creepy, man. He is a good villain.
Well, I'm trying to lollipops, gum or something, all free today. Like it's like what the hell? And like, because here's what's weird about that.
Weird for sure.
In the moment, like they call this guy to get the kids, right? This guy was like a pro. He'd been getting the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, like this guy,
lots of experience.
This was not his first rodeo.
No.
And I mean, like, just beyond, like, as an adult watching that, I'm like, that guy needs to be put down.
Right, yeah.
like somebody needs to put that guy.
You have some ill intention.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Rewatching that as an adult.
It's different,
but
for sure.
It is good.
Yeah.
I mean, underrated. Yeah.
I like Grandpa in that movie, the old guy.
You gotta like Grandpa.
Yeah.
I like him a lot better than the grandparents in Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Holy freaking cow.
Useless.
Grandpa Joe, all of a sudden you can get out of bed.
Right, yeah.
Go F yourself,
you, Joe.
dude. Mom's been scrubbing her fingers to the freaking bone and you're over there like smoking pipes once a day and sitting on your fat ass. Like all of a sudden, he's got a golden ticket. I can jump around and dance. Where the hell did that come from? Anyway, back to Daufuskie.
Back to Daufuskie. I don't know the mash bill, but I do know it's a high corn and low rye, and it's a 3 grain.
I was gonna say that. I feel like that's from what I read was like the supposed. Like no percentage, just high this, low that.
Yeah. Has a very low rye content, is a 3 grain, and it's high in corn. Also, I have taken a sip of this. Also, it's cast strength, which is another thing that's really helping them out, I think. Because
I didn't know that.
It's 116 proof, is that right? Yeah, 116. So definitely out there a little bit, which is nice. Also, probably not theirs. If I look at the back of that, it says aged and bottled. It does not say produced. I
did not even realize that.
Well, that kind of changes things.
That changes things because if they're not making it, that's actually a plus to me.
Let's be honest. How much room do they have to make that?
Right. Yeah.
They'd have to kick another neighbor off the island.
But does that mean that they're an unspecified? they're sourcing from an unspecified location,
Most likely.
and not being upfront about the source to begin with. 2 strikes.
That kind of
2
is.
strikes.
That's kind of aggravating. If that's
I haven't
the case.
had any yet, but apparently I've drank this before.
Yeah.
But I haven't had any yet. But 2 strikes.
But flavor wise,
Be honest. Are you?
It's pretty
good.
good.
Are you sourcing? Fine. Where from?
Right.
I'm even getting more lax with that. Like, okay, you don't want to say where from. Okay, but at least put on there that it's sourced.
right? Yeah.
And why you're
In this
sourcing
case,
and
it's
how you're
very much
sourcing.
hidden. If it is,
If it is, but
if it is, it's
if it's
very
not,
much hidden.
if it's not anywhere on there, made here, there, or whatever.
Yeah. It does say made at just at on the island or whatever. But
Also, okay, let's put this into perspective. I'm not trying to defend them necessarily,
as he puts up a shield,
but if I'm a rum company on an island, that's what we do, that's what we know, that's what we go for. Would it benefit me to say that I distill bourbon, or would that hinder me?
But here's my question: how do we know they're making the rum?
I mean, they do have a distillery and stuff, and I think that's kind of what their main gig.
I mean, but you know what I mean? It kind of calls everything into question.
Yeah.
So did they release this in 2019 or start distilling in 2019?
This was released in 2019.
Let me take a sip.
And they started in 2016?
2013.
2013.
In 2016, they said no go on whiskeys.
Okay, so in 2016, so
This was not the idea in 2016.
how old is this guy?
Right. I don't know.
Because if we're talking a 4-year-old, then this isn't theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if
And I
they were
don't know.
against it in 2019.
It doesn't have an age statement on it.
It tastes like
so
it's
we
got
don't
some
know.
age to it.
Yeah, but it does taste.
You know, it
has some good flavors
It actually is got some good flavors to it. And here's the thing: it's got some small batch esque or small distillery esque qualities to it. So if they are sourcing,
It's got to be local.
it's not from
It's not an MGP or
a
anything.
major player. This has got some small batch, small distillery type of, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like if you would have told me they were making this, I'd say absolutely they're making this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, how are they not making this? Because it tastes very small in a good way.
And they are aging it on the island. So that means that if they are sourcing it, then that means they're sourcing it and bringing it to the island and aging it there.
That's so much work to bring it to the island.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, we're not talking like we're trucking it to another state.
Right.
We're bringing it to an island. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's right there, aged and bottled by.
So I don't know, but
Why wouldn't it say distilled?
I will say though, the aging is pretty important to me on this one. Because if it's at that location and then you have the sea breeze,
It does
kind of
change
thing
things,
going
and
like,
the
that is a
temperature,
good thing.
the temperature, and all that. Yeah.
So regardless of whether or not they actually make it, they do take the time.
They really
to
don't
age
put
it.
much on the bottle,
So,
do
no.
they? Good Lord.
These guys are, like I said, this is very much a rum company, and this bottle, I don't feel, gets a lot of attention from them.
When did the new guy come in that's going to take over?
2021.
I wonder if this is his puppy.
The thing is, this is small batch.
I mean, this is 2019 that this came out, so it was before him.
But I wonder if this is like he's going to take over for this
He
reason.
became the master distiller in 2021. That doesn't mean he wasn't working for him before
Right.
then.
Wherever they're getting this from, though, this is pretty. I mean, it's got. This is batch number 6, bottle number 68.
Batch number 6.
So it's pretty small.
Pretty small. I can't remember. Did you guys say this had anything to do with the rum or not?
No, it's not like finished.
So it's just
in
a mental
rum.
thing that I'm getting rum. Are you getting rum, or is
I
this?
am
This is a
getting
mental
rum.
thing. It's
I
got to
think
be
that's
a
a mental thing, though.
suggestive.
It is sweet.
We're getting rum from the tobacco a little bit, but
it is it's a high. It's a
sweet,
high
though.
corn,
It's sweet.
So it is a sweet bottle.
it's like on your lips. It's kind of got that kind of
Sugary,
sweet,
yeah.
sugary kind of thing going on, like a Bananas Foster.
Okay, so let's put this into perspective. This was released in 2019, right, Steve? They are on batch number 6. They only do one a year.
You only do one a year.
Well, did you get this year?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mary got it this year. So if they do that, it's one a year with batch 6. Then could this be there?
It absolutely could
if it's, but if it was, they'd put it on there. I just feel like it's not. Yeah. They'd put it on. But I agree with Steve. I almost think they'd be better off saying we get this from so and so, but we age it on the island. Yeah. Because to me, that's the big thing.
That's the important thing with this particular bottle.
I mean, I really don't care.
Like I said, for me, it's actually a little bit of a benefit if they don't make it.
I wouldn't even care if they said we partnered with a local distillery to bring this to the island of Daufuskie and we age it. And like, I'm fine with that. Even keep it known, but we partner with like somebody. Where is this being made? What state is this being made in? You know what I mean? Like kind of a thing. Like, give me something. And be honest. You're not making it. If you're not making it, you're not making it.
Could Jimmy Red be making this for them?
That's right, because that is in South Carolina, right?
And it is sweeter.
It is sweeter. And it's a high corn.
It's a high corn.
Yep. So
it totally 100% could but then be. Just put it on the dang bottle.
I get that. You don't
have to put the name. We partnered with a local distillery or something. Yeah. But we age it and bottle it on the island. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that.
I would love I got excited about this bottle. Mary picked it up. That's not why I got excited. But the lady at the liquor store said this is the last bottle we have of this. It's very limited release. It's made on an island here in South Carolina. I assumed that meant that's theirs. I got excited for that aspect because I want to see, unlike you, Steve, I want to see a rum distillery do bourbon.
I don't mind a rum distillery doing a bourbon, but if this is the only one, and that's kind of like, this is very much an afterthought bottle. So if it's a rum company who would like to get in the whiskey game, I'm on board with that.
I would love for them to do a one-off bottle each year, but somehow utilize their
finishing their rum bottles, barrels.
So I like to see the utilization of the rum. Yeah, I agree with that
because that screams island, that screams beach, and pair it with a bourbon.
Pirate,
ocean. Pair it with a bourbon, and you've got something that no one else has.
Are you saying so far, Steve, that you feel like this is an afterthought bottle?
I think this is an afterthought
Even
bottle.
Tasting it the way it is?
But it is quite good, though.
It's quality, though.
This is a quality bottle. And so when I say afterthought bottle, what I mean that in a marketing sense.
They're like, let's just put it out there and see if we can, let's throw some, what's that expression? Where you throw crap on the wall and see something sticks.
Yeah. Because like they don't, their website and stuff, like there's very little marketing involved in this bottle. They're marketing towards their rum.
This is a Widow Jane bottle is what you're talking about. And I feel like it drinks better than a Widow Jane bottle for sure. It's got some quality to it. Yeah. But I get what you're saying, that this could be very well like, let's just see if something sticks. And usually what you get with that is double the price of what it's actually worth.
Right.
Now this tastes like quality, but you can put it on the bottle then, because I think this is something to be proud of. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm a little bit mad now because it is so quality.
It is good,
and I'm a little mad at the company for not putting their backs into it. Like I want to see some effort behind like the marketing end of it.
I mean,
but this is pretty
Daufuskie?
Good. What Daufuskie?
Have we talked about the bottle yet? Because that is a really interesting color purple. I love it. And it's actually the manliest purple I've seen.
It's a pretty good purple. The like crab or whatever on there is kind of cool. Yeah. The type is very like
you got like regular islandy type, and then you have almost like a brush stroke mixed with it. What's this? Do you see this? What is that on the side? Crab? Is that a book? Is that like two books standing up?
Is that it goes across this back too. I don't know if it's just like
lines,
like the paint dripping, like
lines in the sand,
as an aesthetic, or what?
It looks like the outline of two books on a shelf.
It does.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's for people like trying to picture it. It's just a very non-purple purple. I don't know how else to describe that. Yeah. It's the closest thing to it's the manliest purple I've ever seen. If indigo was more of a purple.
Yeah. A purpley indigo.
Yeah. Because it's not blue.
No.
And it's not red.
Right.
But it's not purple. It's something interesting. Like you could have that purple and not worry about it. It's cool. It's cool. And it's interesting that everything's purple except, I mean, even the writing.
Yeah. The writing is purple. Than
the
crab is purple.
And the little tree there. Everything else is like purple. It's a cool looking bottle. It looks great. It looks like it's got promise. I'm hung up on the whole not theirs kind of thing.
I think for me, the marketing falls short, but the liquid's really good.
It's good.
So like that's the thing, which is different than normal. Usually we have really good marketing with some bad liquid. This time we have not very good marketing with some pretty good liquid.
I wouldn't be surprised, Nick, if you didn't hit this on the freaking head. Like, because this actually kind of tastes
like the Jimmy Red.
And we don't know the mash bill on this, right?
Correct.
This tastes kind of high corn, which would also lend me to believe. And the red corn, it kind of has that flavor going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's a deep. This flavor is flavor. It's a deep flavor, and I remember equating this same type of flavor to when we did the Jimmy Red. I think it could be, and it would make sense because it would be easier for them to transport and stuff.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
But just put on there that they partner with a local distillery and call it a day. You know, I'm totally fine with that. Like, I think that's what they're doing. I think hey, can we get some of that stuff? And Jimmy Red's like, yeah. Go right ahead.
Do with it. Go for it.
And they bought it in surplus, and it's just been sitting on the island. And like, yeah, we aged it here. Sure did. Whether they aged it for 2 days or 2 years, I don't know, but it was aged somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so this is a conundrum of a bottle because of that, just because of kind of some unsureness on it. But if we set the marketing and stuff aside and just concentrate on the liquid, it's pretty good. It's 116 proof. It's very, like as we said, the flavor's pretty deep. Right. Like, it's not thin by any means. It's a pretty deep flavor.
And it's very friendly for almost 120 proof,
So it's really sweet. Like I said, when it comes to the mash bill, we do know it's a high corn, and we know it's a very low rye. And the other thing in there is probably a barley. It could be wheat, but one or the other.
Now, with this tobacco, Steve, if you really take your time and you sip it, and you let it linger in the back of your palate a little bit, maybe even retrohale through your nose and stuff, you do pick up quite a bit of rum.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, going back to like the fact that Cornell and Diehl, like, how are they doing this? Where there's other tobaccos out there that will soak something in rum or whatever, and it doesn't translate to flavor in the actual taste. This does, and this actually is. And I think the first time we tried it, I never said this, but this is an island tobacco. Like, holy cow!
Yeah, the rum finish really does come through.
It does.
It burns really smoothly and lightly, but it has like that. Yeah, it's a seaside kind of tobacco,
right? With plenty of real tobacco that gives you more than enough to chew on. Because it doesn't. It's not like junk tobacco with a rum finish. You know what I mean? Like, the tobacco on its own is so high quality,
right,
that the rum is just playing with it. What's weird is they marketed this Blockade runner. It's got this weird like label. It's kind of drab. It's black and white. There's like a big,
like a military ship sort of thing on it.
Yeah. They could have just as easily thrown this into like a tropical kind of a marketing, right? With like different, like lots of greens and reds and purples and yellows and oranges, you know what I mean? Like, they could have thrown like some sort of sea creature on that, or island creature, or hell, they could even have gone like tropical, like a toucan, and it would work. You know what I mean? But that would make more sense than that. It's so depressing looking.
It is. It's very, and I don't know if it's because it's a Navy Cavendish, so they kind of lean into the Navy end of things.
Maybe they're leaning on that,
But yeah, I think they should have gone the island.
But there's other ocean spots. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, just because it's a Navy cut or what, but Navy flake or whatever. But I think that they kind of missed out on the marketing, because I've had those. And I have another one. I've bought those a long time ago. Back in 2017, based on the reviews and based on like the way the description is. And I think they sat on the shelf so long because if you look at that, does that look like anything worth popping?
No, it's very drab. Like
it really doesn't look like anything special.
No, the ship that's on it is like an old military style. The ship.
Okay.
What did you think? I said the ship.
I heard
shit on the side of this
shit that's on it.
The shit on the side of this tin. I tell you,
the ship paw.
I mean, what do you think, Nick? Do you agree? Look at that label.
It's nothing. I can see from here, and what I can tell you is it's nothing to write home about. But I also say that as a non-tobacco tobacco smoker,
No,
so
but
I
from
don't know.
From a
Just look at that shelf. There's lots of color on that shelf.
Well, okay, no, hold on. Look at the ones that you
case
guys.
in point, because Cornell and Diehl does great marketing. Yeah. This is the exhausted rooster. Okay, exhausted rooster. What do you think?
A tired rooster.
Now, look at this really close, Nick, and tell me what you see.
Well, I remember looking at this. Yeah, it's a bunch of chickens around, so a bunch of hens around a house, right? And he's laying on a pillow.
Quite exhausted.
Quite exhausted. Yeah. And what does that lead you to believe?
He's had a fun evening.
And it's drawn perfectly. Like, that is good marketing and around a great name. This, is such good tobacco. Name,
How old is this guy? The one that Steve had? Like, the company?
It's the same company as that.
Yeah, same company.
Same company. Okay, so we went to the pipe and tobacco show, right? Yeah. We found a bunch of old tins there that I think I picked up a couple. Steve and Ryan, you guys got a few, right?
We both got some. What were those? The Great Outdoors and Sutliff. There we go.
So they were from Sutliff, but they had the black label with
not a great. I don't think not a great.
But it's a black label with a little bit of like outdoorsy stuff on it.
It was just like a black label with some pictures on it.
Was that the old style? That looks vintage. Was that?
No. Okay. That was just the unique to them.
Gotcha. So I look at that and I'm like, that's what you should be.
If you look at my Frogmorton stuff, tell me that's not great tin art. And that's been around. I mean, those are all old tins. You're like, I mean, that's been around since it was like that since like early 2000s or whatever. So there's been good tin art forever. Look at Nightcap. Nightcap, one of the most.
So does marketing play a big role with tobacco?
Iconic. This was made, dude. This came out in the 70s. Tell me that's not great tin art.
But
Nightcap, look at that. It doesn't give
There's nothing
I want a poster of that.
Yeah. But it's the.
But it's the color of the blue. It's that shade of blue. It's the long pipe. It's the candlestick. It's the hat.
Right.
This is Nightcap. It's the way that it looks, the colors. But when you put that up against Blockade Runner,
Blockade Runner looks like an old man's.
It's just not anything exciting.
It looks like something my grandpa would pick up, and that's what he would go for.
Well, I don't mind plain, and I mean, you could consider Nightcap's pretty plain, but it's just it works with it. I think that what I'm saying, and I think Steve would agree with me, is the tobacco that's in that tin
doesn't fit
that label.
Okay.
It could be so much better. That's my only thing. Okay. But what a stupid critique, because this tobacco is freaking a 15 out of 10. Like, it is amazing. Like, it's actually a good thing it's underrated, because I can buy this and nobody's going to buy it. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like sold out. Like, I'm surprised this is not more talked about. It's a very good tobacco.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's burning really nicely. The rum finish works really well with it. When I grabbed it out of the tin, it feels so moist. Like, it's a really light tobacco. And I don't know if it's just the way they cut it or what, but it's the feel of the tobacco is really nice. Yeah. The color and smell of it is nice. It's burning really well. Yeah, it's a great tobacco.
And what's interesting is, so that comes as a crumble cake. And I kind of rubbed it out. Yeah. I rubbed the whole tin out kind of, because it was so easy. What's interesting is it rubs out into almost a shag cut, which is weird for a crumble cake. And the reason why, if you don't know what a crumble cake is, well, the whole point of a flake or a crumble cake or a plug or whatever, the idea is you take the tobacco and you press it into a shape. When you do that, what you're doing is you're really very fastly changing the cellular, the makeup of that thing, right? So I don't know if that's genetic or not, but the makeup of what it is. So the components that makes that
blend
what it is
changing.
When you change the cellular like components, that maybe that's what I'm thinking of. When you rapidly press something together that like on a very small, like microscopic level, with that heat and that force and that energy, when it makes those things quickly go together, it changes the flavor compounds big time.
Almost like bruising gin.
I was about to say it's the equivalent of bruising gin.
Yeah, exactly. And that changes everything, right? So that's why they've learned, like, okay, well, we can do this. But then what they do is they cut it into, like, say, a flake, because it's easier to put in your tobacco. But we've already gotten the benefit of
the pressing
there,
it,
right? Mm-hmm. So you'll get the plugs, which are cool. But if you've ever smoked a plug, you need a knife, like literally a knife to cut that stuff up. Crumble cakes, they crumble pretty easy, flakes and everything. And there's different forms I've had some crumble cakes that do better than others, but this one, the fact that it was pressed, so you get all the benefits of that, but then you can easily rub it out into almost like my favorite cut, which is a shag cut. It's even finer than a ribbon cut. That's quite interesting. I don't know how they're doing that because I've had plenty of cakes from Cornell and Diehl that don't rub out that well. So I don't know what's going on with that. There's some, like I said, like Gaslight's one of them. That Seersucker's another one. They're great. But for me, I like to kind of have a finer cut, and I'll put them in a coffee grinder and kind of, I won't go nuts, but because otherwise it'd be nothing.
Them a little bit, yeah.
I pulse them a little bit because I do want more of a smaller cut.
Yeah.
But there's some people that will take that and like a fold and stuff, but they'll take a chunk and they'll put it. It's just hard to keep that lit.
Yeah. So what we're seeing here is two things that taste amazing. They pair together really well, and both of them have crappy marketing.
Yeah. You know what? Yes, Steve. Yes.
They're both really high quality stuff with bad marketing behind them.
Bad marketing. The only thing Daufuskie's got going for it on that bottle is the color that they chose for the purple. It's cool. Other than that, it's really not doing it.
To me, it screams island. Like it does scream beach. It does scream island.
Because of the crab?
Because of the colors. Like you said, so when I first pulled this out, you even made the comment that you really liked the label.
The simplicity of it, yeah.
And the color.
And the color. Oh, I do love the color.
Yeah, because you made a comment of like, back in our day, purple wasn't really a guy's color, but you really like this. And I agreed.
I can't remember if I talked about that I think I talked about that on a podcast one time about purple. Or maybe it was just at your house.
I think it was just, but it was around Ryan, maybe.
That I love the idea of purple. But
it's a royal color.
But we grew up in a time.
Purple is a girl's color.
Or something else. Yeah. And we grew up in a society, like a time, if anybody knows what I'm saying, like in the 90s, where like you couldn't like purple, you couldn't wear purple, you couldn't like. And the thing is, like, even though now that's not the case, there's residual effects. Like I just cannot own certain things purple. And when I have an opportunity where I can buy something that I feel like would maybe back in the 90s not be considered weird, for lack of a better term. That's cool, right? Yeah. So like, and this is one of those bottles that you could buy and it's got some purple in it, but nobody would be like, that's gay, I guess is what I'll say. But not that there's anything wrong with that. But we're, in the 90s that people would have been like, oh, it's gay. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with
gay in the literal sense.
Gay in the literal sense. Yeah.
This is for the homosexuals. So that was like their color. Yeah. And
that still is kind of, well, I guess now it's more rainbow, but.
Yeah, right. But, and so, yes, during that 90s, if you were a guy and you had purple on, it could send a message.
Right. And the thing is, back then, it wasn't always like actually gay. People remember used to say like, you're gay. You know what I mean? Like, wait, that didn't mean like it was gay, like gay.
But it was a slang that we used.
It was a slang term.
That's so gay, but nobody says that anymore.
So now we don't say that anymore. But this purple is
He's like, stop.
You have to cut everything out.
This purple, though, is more leaning on purple in the biblical sense, the royal purple.
Like crown royal.
This is a color that exudes that, like royalty or. But
I guess what I was talking about was like if you could go back in time to the 90s, if you had purple anything, it was good. You know what I mean? But there was some things that maybe you could get away with, right? Like you could have something like that is cool, and nobody's gonna be like that's gay. They'd be like that's just cool. You know what I mean? Like this is one of those bottles that like it's purple, but it would be not made fun of, if that makes sense. And there's not many things, and I'm coming from that time, and a lot of people probably are coming from that time. So like in my mind, I still can't like purple, right? Although I totally can. Like it's just a color. But so when I see things that I'm like, I could have that and it's purple, that's cool because I like that. I like purple. I should be allowed to like purple, especially nowadays.
Chris, you're allowed to like purple.
I'm allowed to like it.
You know what? I'm saying it right now. I like purple.
I don't like it. But I think mentally, I'm like, like there's still part of me that's like, I can't have that. I think I talked about knives. There's a lot of knives coming out because I'm a big knife guy. A lot of knives coming out that are purple or have purple accents. And I'm like, that's so cool. But can I have a purple knife? Probably not. You know what I mean? But I can. But like I can't. You know what I mean? But there every now and then there's something that comes out. I'm like, that's just the right shade of purple, or that's in the right spot, then I'm like, that would be fine. You know what I mean?
Are you wearing a purple tie in that picture?
No, it's funny that you said it. Now,
burgundy.
Bob's shirt in that picture is awfully close to purple, but mine's pretty red. If Steve can see better than.
There's also an age difference there because purple was a popular color for men in like the 70s and 80s. Right. And so, it's like that. Times change.
That's a good photo.
To different
in
ages.
that photo, I look like a giant. Have you ever noticed that? Because they're on a step. You don't notice that, Steve, but everybody in the back row there, they're on quite a high step. And I look like a freaking giant, don't I? Because I'm not on a step. I'm like
sold out of those group of cages.
I don't know where you were at. You were doing something.
I was part of the family, but not part of the family just yet. That's when you guys got engaged.
That was the night we got engaged.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the night you guys.
Which I don't know.
That was the night.
Was I with Mary at that time when you guys got engaged?
You had to have been dating.
When did you guys get engaged?
We were engaged for a couple years.
Yeah. Were you engaged before Bethel?
No,
before Mary went to Bethel?
No. Okay.
No,
that happened.
Were you engaged sophomore year of our sophomore year?
What?
So that would have been 2012? 2012?
Wait, let me see. I started in 08. Gosh, that's weird. 08, 09. No, probably 2010.
So you guys were engaged before Mary and I even met.
We were probably really. Wow, that's crazy.
I think you guys,
maybe.
This would have been not when you would have been welcome in a family photo.
Yeah.
Apparently,
this might have been Tony the Pony.
Maybe
that might have been Tony the Pony.
Yeah. Is that an ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
It's a long story.
He was nicknamed Tony the Pony. Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
By Bob.
Yes, by Bob.
We need to clarify that. I don't think nothing more needs to be said at that point.
Yeah, so that might have been before Mary and I really knew each other.
Photo.
Yeah,
doesn't feel like that long ago.
I remember you guys telling me stories about this, but I wasn't there.
You must not have been there. Yeah, I can't remember if. I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't that long ago, but maybe it was.
But speaking of purple, I think I figured out what this picture is. It's not books on the side of this.
What is it?
I think it's the post to a dock.
Ooh. A wooden post.
Yeah, like a wooden post to the dock.
Okay, that does make sense.
That makes a lot more sense.
To bring it back to that.
Yeah.
Is it purple?
It's
talking about low county or low country or whatever things.
What does that even mean? Low country.
It's the low country. It's a section of obviously
it's low country.
It's the low country.
Well, there is. Because there's country and then there's low country. Yeah.
It's a section of South Carolina that's elevation wise. It's low.
It's like bayou-esque kind of.
And it's also like before you get to the mountains of South Carolina,
like Louisiana.
And so it's like the valley below the mountain. It's like the low country.
Louisiana is low country. You ever heard of a low country boil, like a shrimp boil, like a crawfish boil?
I've heard of crawfish and shrimp boils, but not low country.
That's low country boil.
Is there shrimp or crab boil that's not low?
Yeah, it's East Coast, Maine.
That's lobster.
Oh, they have other things.
They got other seafoods up there.
They got crabs up there.
Yeah. So,
and some in the water.
So that's not traditional. So is there traditional then low?
I think there's just regular and then there's low. Like in this case,
I don't think it's traditional necessarily, because I think the low country version is probably the first one. Yeah. I bet that would be considered the traditional.
That would be the traditional. Yeah. You bet your sweet bottom dollar.
But why is that low country?
Because it's lower than the regular country. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the base of the mountain.
Is it a whole different kind of like culture?
I think there is.
You got country, you've got redneck, you got hill people. These are all.
Yeah, you got hill people and low country people.
Yeah, you got low country. It's like even
those
in
are
like
the three elevation levels.
Even in Louisiana, you got like
what are we?
You got Cajun, you got Creole, right?
Yeah,
Cajun Creole. You got like I don't know what the hell. Like there's other things going on.
Yeah. And then we're mixing in French.
Yeah, French Creole, but like they've been in that area for so long, it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a combination of French and hillbilly. It's a weird combo.
If you've ever heard like somebody with a super thick like Louisiana accent, Creole accent, like you can't understand a dang word. They might as well be speaking Russian or French.
They're speaking French, basically. They're speaking a kind of a bastardized version of French.
Version of hillbilly. Which actually Did you know?
Or Low Country Billy.
Did you know
Low belly.
that based on all this, there was all this big study or whatever, but basically this lady went the world over, figured out different dialects and stuff of English. Did you know the closest thing to legitimate English, like legitimate, like old school, like we're speaking English, the closest accent to legitimate English is a Southern accent. Isn't that crazy?
What is legitimate English?
So like if you were to go to Germany and you spoke perfect Deutsch. Now there's like Schwäbisch, like the South Deutsch, which is like an accented Deutsch. So like think of like Southern accent for English. There's different accents in Germany. But if you were to speak perfect English, whatever that would be, or if you were to go to France and you speak perfect French, the quintessential, most unbastardized version of the language, right? Which is funny because
it's what people in England would have sounded like in like the 1200s.
Yeah, but basically, that's exactly the way they put it, Steve. But basically, so what they're saying is we think the people that speak with a country accent are stupid, right? Most people do.
I don't know that I really think they're stupid.
Well, they sound it though. If you have a doctor that wants to do surgery on you, so they say, "Well, I suppose we got to get in there and do this." It's like I think I might want a different doctor.
I suppose we should go somewhere else.
Listen, when I went up and I ordered a sandwich from, in college from the farthest north I've ever been in my life, and I ordered Maters and whatever else on it, and they made me feel stupid. And I don't sound like I have, because I worked hard not to have a Southern accent. I don't have one anymore, but I probably have like a weird accent at this point because it's like a mix of things.
That sounds normal to me.
Exactly. I've worked hard at this, but I think most people in America would consider a Southern accent to be more of a simple person accent. But what they're saying is the Southern accent is the closest thing to the real English language. So actually the Northern accent and all that other is more the bastardized version. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting.
You don't
it's because we got closer to Canada.
Yeah. You wouldn't think like how Ian's doing, you know what I mean? To be like, that's the way we're supposed to speak. Yeah. But apparently that's what it is. So this lady spent her like 70 years figuring that out. And then
was she from the South?
No, I don't think she was.
Oh, okay.
From England, actually. Probably.
She was probably from the UK.
Well, they're pretentious anyhow, so
they're pretentious.
They're probably
have
just
you ever
upset.
heard the way that they talk? Man, they make people with a Southern accent sound like they can't speak lick.
You know what? I think I figured out if she's from England, she's probably just upset the Northeast dumped all the tea, so we get farther south. Right. That's the true. Those are the good ones.
Well, they did like the South because they would like us to break apart so they can beat us again.
Yeah.
But going all the way back to I was going to say there is a pipe tobacco company. Is it Moonshine or there's one? I can't remember the name of it, but they have a low country pipe tobacco line. Mm-hmm. And the one's like a sweet tea and this, that, and the other. But it looks like that. It comes in jars. Like mason jars, and it says like low country pipe tobacco or what. I was like, that's kind of cool. I've never smoked any of it, but I was like, that's kind of
it's a cool
interesting
design
thing
or whatever.
But it kind of goes along with this aesthetic.
So in this sense, is low country a flavor or is low country just a style?
You've got Texas, like Tex-Mex, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
You got Middle Eastern.
I think it is a tradition. It is a type of people that so they
you
have
got your Southwest people, you got your East Coast people, you got your West Coast people, you got your low country people.
Right.
Yeah.
So does this bottle fit the low country people?
Yeah, I think so.
Islandy is pretty low country. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Islandy and bayous
Jamaican, like that is all kind of.
Dude, that show that I think I talked about already once, Outer Banks.
Yeah.
But they're running around on those swamp boats, whatever you call those things, with the big fan on the back. You know what I'm talking about?
The fan boats.
Yeah, the fan boats. That is low country, dude. Like they are like low country people. They're definitely using a pinch of skull tobacco and sitting around a campfire with some cheap beers. You know what I mean? Like,
what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. That's how I grew up. Part of my life. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. I kind of like it, but it is low country, and they take pride in that. They're not going to be Here's the interesting thing: people that are not like that will see that is a down thing, but people from that area will see it as a pride thing. So that right there tells you the difference between, like Steve said, it's a type of person. There's rednecks that are very proud of being rednecks. Right. Not like funny, like, haha, I'm a redneck. They're like, I am a redneck. You know what I mean? I don't get that. I've never been a redneck. I've been around rednecks. I've been country. I've been southern. I've been probably low country. You know what I mean? I've never been a redneck, but I've been around rednecks. I wouldn't ever call myself a redneck, but there's people that are proud of being a redneck,
so
you know?
Would you say that there's a possibility they put low country on the bottle as a pride aspect?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Daufuskie Island and South Carolina and the parts of South Carolina that are not in the mountains are proud of the area that they're from, and they're from the Low Country.
Dude, if you're from an island that is A, called Daufuskie, right? Yeah. And B, is 5 miles long and 2.5 miles wide. Yeah. You're either proud of it or you're not going to say anything at all. Right. There's, you know what I mean? You're so damn small. Like, what do you, like, I think Disneyland is probably bigger than Daufuskie Island.
For sure it is, yeah.
So that makes me believe and wonder even more that this is not theirs.
Mm-hmm. Well, but again, though, if it's Jimmy Red, that's also part of the Low Country.
They should just embrace that. It's Low Country bourbon, dude.
The idea being, if you put Low Country on the bottle as a possible pride aspect, wouldn't you want to say this is yours if you're proud of what it is?
Yeah, unless your marketer failed you.
Okay, you would want to say that it's from your area.
Whether so not that it's yours or not.
Whether you made it or somebody else made it. But you would want to make sure that they know this came from our area.
I think they're unaware of this important fact. I think if somebody were to explain it to them, if Daufuskie ever listens to this, they might be like, yeah, you make some valid points.
This is not a bourbon company. So, but they don't know a lot.
They might not give a Daufuskie
in terms of that. Yeah. So, but either way, I'm impressed with the liquid. I think the liquid turned out pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
I do like it.
Did we talk about the price?
I was going to say, what would you guys pay for this?
Again, no age statement. No, and no actual, like, we're made here, there.
No, I mean, you do know it's a small company or whatever, whether they make it or not. It's
going to be kind of touristy.
Yeah, it's going to be touristy, but I'm like 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet this goes for $60.
Yeah.
It's a $40 bottle.
My guess is it's about 60, but I feel confident and comfortable at 50.
So I don't remember the exact bottle price, but what I can tell you is there was a sell it online, 90 proof, so 45%, at $45.
Well, that's great.
This is 115. Okay. So I'm going to say this was probably 80, 90.
Word.
That's
they have other stuff.
Yes.
Their other labels are really interesting. Yeah. Those are
those are all rums.
Wow, their rum labels are cool.
Super cool. Yeah.
What the hell?
They're doing great on rum. And honestly, if you look at this bottle, it is kind of a rummy label.
Something called Kona. That's like from like Hawaii. I was just looking to see if I could find a price of it.
The only one I can find was a $45 one that was 90 proof. So with this being 116, 115, I'm going to assume...
Dude, their artwork on other stuff looks like a local island artist. Yeah. Have you ever read, I think I've talked about it, but Key by Stephen King? I've talked to you about it. It's my favorite Stephen King novel. Most people don't know it, and it's a full-fledged, it's not a short story. It's a full novel. It's the best thing, in my opinion, Stephen King's ever written, and he's written some amazing things. So that's kind of high praise. But it's about this guy, this local artist. Well, kind of. But basically, this guy paints on an island. But there's a lot more to it. But that just kind of reminds me of that vibe. So cool, because island artwork is different from other artwork or whatever. But buy Spirits online. Let's see if they have a price for this.
That's what I looked at.
We couldn't find a cast strength version.
Yeah, I did Indiana because I didn't think it would sell in Ohio, but we'll see.
I'm just going to try Ohio. Hair of the Dog Blueberry Lavender Vodka. Wow, you thought our label was bad. Have you seen that label?
Yeah, I did.
What is that? That's creepy, dude. I don't know about that. Okay, Daufuskie Island Distillery, Low County Bourbon Whiskey.
And what's the proof on that guy? I think it was 45, what I saw. 45.
Yeah, this is 40%.
Yeah. 40%. So even less. So 80,
$45.
Yeah. So I would assume this will probably be $80-$90. It's almost
So this
double.
is
It's
not
over
something
double.
that is this not something that they put out all the time? Is this more of a
This
one-off
batch proof,
special?
yeah. This batch proof is one-off.
But $45 is not bad. I just
For an 80 proof?
Yeah. As long
45
as
for an 80
if
proof.
they were
of
making
this.
it themselves.
Okay.
100%.
What if they weren't?
Sourcing, it's kind of like, well, where are they sourcing from?
Right.
This one's got a wax top. No, that might be plastic. Never mind. No, it might be plastic. I like that. Dude, I like that, though. It's blue and like turquoise.
It's not purple.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, if I'd have to try it, but I mean, I like it. I like everything about it except for their being evasive about where it's made. I don't like that.
For me, if we were a rum podcast, we would be after these guys for sponsorships and stuff. Like we would want to connect with them. We would want to, because they seem to be doing.
I want to try
really
their rum stuff just for that. Not a big rum guy, but I think I'd try their rum. Steve, have you had a lot of rum? I remember you saying very little bit.
Yeah, I maybe no rum, other than like Captain Morgan. Like I've had spiced rums.
Listen, if we get some full like strength rum,
I've got some.
That's still like, I mean, that's whiskey. You know what I mean? Technically, I mean, it's not, but it's
sort of, yeah.
It's
in the realm.
It's in the realm. You know what I mean?
It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
It's there.
And we've never done like podcasts on vodka or anything like that. But
no,
we could maybe do some on rum just for fun.
Can you imagine a podcast on vodka? Like how many episodes are you gonna get?
Tastes like vodka. Yeah.
2 minutes, we're done. Good.
Well, this tastes like it's been distilled 82 times.
82 times, yeah.
Good job, Skullhead.
84 would have been too much. Good work.
Yeah, we've never done. We're the whiskey chasers, so we don't really do
We've never
non-whiskey
experimented
things.
outside of whiskey.
But maybe a foolproof spirit. Maybe.
All three of us like gin, and so we could maybe do a barrel-aged gin as a way around that. We could do some barrel-aged rums, as a way of like incorporating in whiskeys.
Stuff. Yeah.
We do rum finishes. We do tequila finishes. I don't know if tequila finishes in barrels at all or not, but
you could stick that in your añejo and smoke it.
Extra añejo, yeah.
But yeah, so like I'd be open to the idea of trying not a whiskey as a series, just to kind of see what's out there in the spirits in the aged spirits world.
We should do it for like January, right? As a New Year's resolution, we're gonna
spirits.
we're gonna try some new things.
1 month of spirits.
1 month of spirits.
You know what we could do?
Tell us.
We could do it around Christmas and talk about the spirits of future, present, and past.
Yeah, there we go.
Spirits?
Which one is future? Would that be the vodka? It's the unaged.
I'll tell you
Gin.
what.
It'd be moonshine. It'd be unaged.
The spirit of the future is tequila. Me and Nick talked about that. That's supposedly the up and coming thing.
So the past would be vodka.
The past would maybe be vodka, and the present's maybe gin.
Gin and
No.
We have to do
the past is gin for sure. That's an old world. Yeah. I think the present might be rum, and the future could be tequila.
Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
And then Christmas Day, he returns to God's place, the whiskey. Yeah.
Wine?
No, it's Christmas Day. The dream's over. The nightmare is over. And
Nectar
he's like,
of the gods.
whiskey. Things are back. He's out there screaming out the window, I'm back. I only traveled one night. That's not a bad idea.
It's not bad.
Something to think about.
Thank goodness there's no vodka involved. That would be.
I think you got to leave the vodka.
I feel pretty confident leaving vodka away.
We'd probably do like 5 vodkas in one. And
we'd
still be nothing.
like, and that was all we had to talk about.
That's that. Yeah,
that was a 5-minute episode.
You know what? The vodka does a lot of flavorings and stuff. Wonder if they make like a bourbon flavored vodka. Wonder what that would taste like.
There is a
called Neutral Grain Spirits.
There's a bourbon aged vodka that Middle West Spirits does.
A bourbon aged?
It's vanilla flavored bourbon aged vodka.
That's actually not bad.
Or barrel aged, I should say.
We've had other like vodka iterations that are fine.
Yeah, if you do flavorings, you can get some good ones because that's what they're for.
You take those and you still mix them. I don't know anybody that's drinking a straight vodka anything.
Well, if you are
Russians only.
There's been a time or two I've had some straight vodka, and basically what the martinis I like are what are those? What are those? You know what I mean?
They look at
Chilled
vermouth.
vodka.
Just look at the vermouth, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But it's chilled vodka. And I'm fine with that. But that's a whole different thing.
That's a cocktail.
That's a whole
That's a
different
cocktail.
Yeah.
It's in a martini glass.
It's in a fancy glass, and I might have a garnish or two.
Yeah.
Like
There's an
things-
olive on it.
things
There's an
change.
olive that I eat before.
Yeah, things
and
change.
during.
There is nothing wrong with straight vodka. Okay, but that's a conversation for a different time.
All right, so possible series in the future of some spirits that are not whiskeys, and then and we can kind of compare the industries a little bit. So let us know if that's something you might be interested in.
Chris, let us know.
So Chris is on board.
Yeah.
I'm on board. Hey, if you got something, I'll drink it, and I will talk about.
If
whatever.
you guys are, shoot us a text, let us know.
Please do.
But otherwise, you guys have a great evening, and we'll come back next week.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you want more great content and other perks, be sure to support the show by clicking the link in the show notes. We can be reached on our website, whiskeychaserspod.com, with any ideas for the show. Thanks again.